by the way, I met another LinkedIn friend of ours in Edgeware, so that's fantastic. And then I went to Bangkok, Thailand, and then I went to Ayutthaya, Thailand, which is more on the countryside. And then I came back to San Francisco, California, United States.
So when I say gallivanting, my friends, you see, I really mean this woman's been around the world. So she's been enjoying holidaying.
Okay, I'm not holidaying. I'm not on vacation. I wasn't on any of that stuff. I went to each place as a broke American with nothing in my wallet, nothing in my bank account. I just took a leap of faith and went. And I got quite a few surprises actually in England because they gave me free breakfast at the hotel. And also, they gave me a free upgrade at the hotel. I didn't ask for any of that. They just gave it to me because they messed up my card information.
Well, what is gallivanting? What's a holiday? That's a question.
Okay, holiday equals vacation in the US. And then I also learned that if you travel to the UK or any other country that has a heavy UK influence, and if
Hmm.
you get sick like I did, my second day of the travels, I found something called Lemsip, and
Yeah,
Lemsip is the UK version of Tylenol slash Dayquil, Nyquil, whatever. It didn't really help much to me. I don't think it was strong enough for me because I was still sick for the next 20 days.
yeah,
And I think when my trip to the UK was coming close to an end, that's when I got better, and then I went to Thailand. And I wasn't sick in Thailand at all. Just my leg pain as per usual.
I suppose now when you go to, Thailand is a hot country, right?
Okay, so that was also winter time, and it was still not. It was hot, but it wasn't like unbearable hot. From the Thai people, when I talked to them, they said that their summer, like peak summer, is between it's around March, so that's when everyone's dripping in sweat, and it's the sun is way too bright. Now you know why I know I was traveling in the winter time of Thailand because I don't know if you remember that I'm quite pale, so I decided to go to Thailand to get a tan. So I
Mm.
went to Thailand, walked in the sun for 12 days. Of course, I wore my sunscreen and all that stuff. And I did not come back with a tan, cousin Annie. I have no tan from Thailand, which is unfortunate because I was red. I had red spots. And then I got a tan when I came to San Francisco. Even though San Francisco is cold and foggy, somehow I got a tan here, but not in Thailand.
Well, I suppose like as much as you say it wasn't super hot in Thailand, it is hotter than England by a long, long way.
Yeah. I think
Well,
the highest the temperature um was 91 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know how much that is Celsius.
degrees. That's pretty hot.
Yeah, so it was 91 degrees Fahrenheit in Thailand when I was there the hottest day, and I still did not get a tan. WTF.
It's not about a tan. It's about enjoying hot weather. It's about enjoying heat as opposed to the fridge refrigeration temperatures in England, especially in Scotland. Especially in Scotland, you must know.
So that was great for me. I'm not going to lie. I love the cold weather. I love the 7,000 blankets over me, which was great.
Obscure, obscure. She's a strange sort. Is how I'm knowing you.
Yeah, but it was cozy. I get to wear my oven mitts or my gloves, and then I
Yes.
get to wear my beanie. And
So,
this is actually from Thailand.
wow. Yeah, I don't think the rest of the world appreciates how cold it is in this country.
So, what would you like to learn? You call this event, cousin Annie. You tell me what would you like to?
I talk about everything. When I talk about your experiences, the good, the bad, and the amazing.
The good, bad, and amazing. I'll tell you an ugly incident, actually.
Go
So
for it.
you know,
Scotland.
so I got stranded in Edinburgh.
Yes.
I got stranded in Edinburgh. As you know, I mentioned that I went to Glasgow, then I went to Edinburgh, then I went to London, and I went to London from Glasgow via train. It was a 4-hour train ride, which was fine. And but on the way back, I booked the tickets for January 1st, which is New Year Day, and when when I booked the tickets online, the train tickets to come back from London to Scotland or Glasgow, the agency did not block the first of the month or January 1st out, so nobody could book tickets. So I went
Mm.
ahead and booked the tickets to take a train from London back to Glasgow. And what had happened was the train only stopped in Edinburgh. And when I got to Edinburgh, they said, yeah, it's New Year's Day. Transportation's closed
Yeah.
to Glasgow. And I was thinking to myself, okay, why in the world did the company even allow anyone to book a train ticket to begin with if the company is automatically going to be not in service, right, on holidays? So, and then I asked the people who were working in the Edinburgh Waverley station
Mm.
to see if I could, if there's an alternative option for me to, maybe take a bus to Glasgow because it's like an hour bus ride, hour and a half. And they said, yeah, the mega bus is about 2.5 blocks away from wherever they were. And at that time, cousin Annie, I'm gonna tell you, my leg was as if somebody was going through a sharp pain in my leg, and I was in a lot of pain. And I had two suitcases, okay, and I had two suitcases and one and a half carry on, and I was not going to just randomly look for a bus, mega bus that I don't even know where it was going. So my fabulousness kicked in, and my fabulousness told me check for ride shares to see if any of the Uber cars go directly from where you are right now. I was standing close to a TK Maxx,
Mm.
and I decided to do just that. I looked for an Uber car ride who would take me to Glasgow, the hotel in Glasgow. And after two tries, a lovely lady selected my ride and she said, okay, let's go to Glasgow. And
What's
it took us an
what's
hour and a half.
what does a try look like? Like, is that you? I'd say I wouldn't even know an Uber car if I saw one unless it got Uber on the side.
They're just regular cars, independent contractors. So they're not like taxis or anything like that.
They said
They're
they're not branded. So how would you know which was an Uber car?
because a lot of them, I think they're required to have this now, but they have an Uber sign on their windshield,
Okay.
and then also you check by the license plate.
And then you're gonna ask them, please, can I do a ride share
No,
to?
you actually order it from the app. You
Oh,
put
really?
Yeah,
All
you
right.
put the arriving address in the app, and then people can choose to accept it or decline it, whatever works for them. So this lovely lady, her name was Monica. God bless her soul. Monika was her name. She said she was half German, half Polish, and fell in love with a Scottish man, which is why she moved to Scotland.
Yeah. Cool.
So
Right.
God bless her soul. She accepted my ride. She talked to me the entire 1.5 hour of my Uber ride.
Isn't that annoying?
No, she was
No.
very nice. I loved her accent. And she said, yeah, everyone says that because it's the combination of German, Polish, and Scottish accent combined together. So it was very interesting listening to her. She could talk about how she wipes her butt, and it would still sound fascinating because of her.
That's you, right? I don't want to. No, the reason I drive everywhere is because I don't want to talk to anyone.
Yeah. No, it
Like,
was fun.
yeah,
She
my
did. She was doing me a favor, cousin Annie. She was doing me a favor because there were people who declined the car ride,
friend.
and she came to my rescue. So I don't want to be an asshole to her and be like, "No, don't talk to me," because that's a long ride for her too, not just me.
Like, talk less, please. Talk less. Don't talk so much, lady. Nice to
It was
meet you.
still cool though. It was cool learning about her. And then she dropped me off, and then surprising, I thought that because it would be an hour and a half ride from Edinburgh to Glasgow, it would be like $500, $600,
Mm.
but it was actually $80, surprisingly. So I took it.
So, well, they see people like you coming saying, I've never called an Uber in my life, so I have no idea what experience feels like.
By the way,
Let's
go
come
ahead.
to let's come to London for a bit. Did you notice how we don't talk to each other in public?
Yes. But before that, cousin Annie, may I please take some time to introduce the people who have joined us in chat?
So, yeah, I've seen many amazing people here, so let's welcome them.
Yes, say hi to myself. Hi.
Yes, hi, Miss Melanie, how are you doing? Anyway,
And then Taya.
let's move on to the
Taya.
next.
Taya, thank you very much. So Taya is the first one who took an interest in pink chocolate when I first announced it a long time ago. And I think
Chocolate.
Taya is a food adventurer. I think she's a foodie. So
What's pink chocolate?
pink chocolate is more tarty. It's less sweet, more tarty. Um,
Are you inventing it?
no, I didn't invent it. It exists.
Oh, okay.
So,
I've never
so
heard of
there's four types of chocolate. There's, of course, the milk chocolate that we all know and love. Then
it.
there's
Yeah,
the nasty ass dark chocolate.
I
Then
agree. No,
there's
I agree with that. My wife loves the dark chocolate thing. I was like, no,
ew.
no, no.
And then
It's
there's white chocolate, which is not really chocolate. And then the
yeah.
pink chocolate comes from specialized cocoa beans, which is tarty and it's actually pretty tasty. You might like it, cousin Annie, if you decide to be adventurous.
It isn't. No, I'm not going to try to be adventurous, am I? So, isn't that normally flavored? Isn't that normally flavored?
No,
Flavored.
it's tarty. It's a little sour, but actually it's sour and creamy, but and it goes really well together. Then we
Excellent.
have Linda. Hi, Linda. Nice to see you. Thank you very much for joining.
Always
Then we have Uncle Jay, who I kept bothering during my entire trip.
excellent. Well, I thought you were homesick, right? I'm joking.
Well,
I'm joking. I'm joking.
no, I was not homesick at all. I got homesick after my UK trip, but then all of that went to hell after I got to Thailand because Thailand was great.
Hmm.
And haggis, I tried haggis. It was
No,
something
ooh,
that I would never
why
try again.
do that to yourself? That's just
It was
vile.
not. It was not something I would try again.
No. And no,
Uh,
and they serve that for breakfast. No,
yeah,
they
I
didn't.
had
People
that for
normally
breakfast.
there
It
are people
was.
eat breakfast every day. That haggis stuff. I've never. No, I ate it once. I'm like never again.
It's it's too
congealed
heavy.
blood. Congealed blood that they cook. It's just vile. I,
It's
yeah,
it's sheep stomach and sheep blood. If anybody was a care to know about it. And
Eee.
then we have Roti from Trinidad and Tobago, who's joining us.
Yay.
And then, okay, there you go.
Hmm.
So yes, let's go to London now, cousin Annie. What did you want to discuss?
What was the best bits of London for you?
The the best bit of London, I think I have to break that down into two categories. One was a cultural exploration for me, and then the other one was the area where I was staying at.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
let's start with something that could be more familiar to you, cousin Annie, which is the area I was staying at, which is the Canary Wharf. Apparently, it is the financial district. I did not know that of London,
It's not.
and
It's not really. I mean, it's the back end of the financial district.
but I like water, so that's why I wanted to be around water.
Hmm.
And then it was very nice. It was very beautiful, especially during nighttime. And luckily for me, the train station was right there, so I would leave the hotel and then make a left, and the train station would
Yeah.
be right there.
So it's like well, you might as well live on top of it, really, because you were living next door to it.
Yeah, and
So
then
go.
now I was just saying that when I would leave the hotel, the train station was on my left, and then the other. If I wanted to continue exploring the neighborhood a little bit more, I would just go to the bridge, which was right in front of the hotel as well, and then I would explore like you know, people walking by the water, the boats, the yachts, the just sea life. and also the bridge, and I saw a huge duck over there. Not a live duck, but like a toy duck, because a restaurant that was their gimmick or something like that.
I was
So
thinking that now you don't have ducks, but obviously you have ducks. Here, when I we got toy ducks, plastic things, monument. Imagine that a duck is a monument. That's strange. Anyway, I've got a selfie with it.
I'm sorry.
You have a selfie with a duck.
No, what I'm saying, the reason I brought the duck up is because that duck guided me from getting lost. Because the Canary Wharf station, by the way, is the most confusing piece of land I've ever been to. So a walk would be from Canary
Why?
Wharf back to the hotel would be like a 9 minute walk, pretty simple. But
Hmm.
then it took me 35 to 40 minutes to get back to my hotel. That one time I made a mistake by getting off at the Canary Wharf station.
Yeah, yeah.
It is
Well,
so confusing. You just have to be very alert or just be a local there to even find the simplest way out, because I hurt myself and then I had to go back to the hotel room to, rest. But I couldn't do that because I was trying to freaking find my way out of the damn station. And then also, speaking of stations, okay, the train stations in London are like a maze. You don't know where you're going, and then each direction is different, and not just different, but it has a different line of service.
yeah.
So one would be DLR, one would be underground, one would be
Northern Line, say Elizabeth Line, Metropolitan Line.
yeah,
There's many different lines. I catch the wrong train, you're screwed.
yeah, and then you're screwed.
You're lost at least.
Yes,
You're very lost.
yes.
Isn't it the same in the US?
I when I was doing no, it's not same in the U.S. I think I think if I were to pick between the subway or the train system between London and New York City, I would pick the London train system in a
Why?
heartbeat. Yeah, because New York City train system. Okay, if you've never taken a train in your entire life, you'll be mind boggled. You wouldn't know what to do, overwhelming, probably pass out because it's so big and so confusing.
Mm,
Uh, But then, if you have taken the train system, like San Francisco has the public transportation underground train system, like BART and Uni and all that. So I had a little bit of knowledge about how the train systems work. So it was easier for me to guide myself in New York City's Manhattan subway system, and then it was easier with London as well. Only because I've experienced a little bit of that, but I'm just saying, as somebody who's brand new to the public transportation services, it would be an overwhelming experience for them.
yeah, no, for sure. And I mean, we dread going to a new station that we haven't been to before.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
it's a proper nightmare.
yes. And the other part of London that I really liked, aside from Canary Wharf,
Mm.
was an area or neighborhood called Edgware. Not the city of Edgware, but the neighborhood of Edgware.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's
where
everywhere.
I,
It's
huh?
big houses. It's not
Edgware
as
is,
noisy as Canary Wharf.
I had the best Lebanese food over there, and I still dream about it. I had the best shawarma over there, and it reminded me of the shawarmas that I used to eat back home in the United Arab Emirates.
The
And
genuine,
every,
the authentic stuff, right?
I'm sorry.
The authentic stuff. The
Yes, it
good
was
stuff.
very juicy, flavorful, not full of chemicals.
Mm.
And one thing I want to tell everybody is, no matter where you go, there will always be an option for a cup of tea. It's expensive and overpriced as hell, but people drink their damn tea. And they always give you a side of milk by
Yeah.
default, and then a
What do
bit
Americans
hot.
do? What, is it milk in the tea already, or you don't get milk?
It's just weird. Like, I mean, for South Asian people, it's not weird because that's just what they do. But for me, I don't drink hot tea, and whenever I do drink hot tea, I never thought I would put milk in it. It's just plain hot tea. Just drink it. And then I would see people in the UK
Really?
with a teapot, with this
Oh,
massive
really?
teapot. with a massive teapot, and then they bring like a small little beak of pour over for milk,
Milk. We need milk. You can't drink tea without milk.
and then a side of a Biscoff cookie or biscuit, as how people all over the world say it. Biscoff cookie came in free of charge, and every teapot and every spoon that they used to mix the tea with, it was so cute. I wanted that teapot, only the teapot, and but yeah, it was interesting and unique and great.
Didn't you borrow a teapot? No, didn't you take one, put it into your bag and
And no,
escape?
I didn't want to get I didn't want to go to UK prison just for a teapot
It's
or
quite
get
pleasant.
caught.
Our prisons are quite pleasant. It's not like in the back end countries like Thailand, for example, that their prisons are great, right? I don't know
And
about US prisons.
I didn't want the local authorities to kick me out of the country when I just got there.
I'm not even making a
Over
teapot.
a teapot, I know how you
But you
guys take your tea very seriously.
want you to steal it too. They want you to steal our souvenirs.
Yeah, this is
It's a given.
authentic experience bringing from London to the US.
Hmm.
London to San Francisco.
One Miss Nolan hasn't told you. We say, "Welcome, Yolanda. I see you." Took New York. No, Jay said it took New York subway and bus. Look, let's say that. Yeah, buses especially. Let's not talk about that. Linda, welcome as well. And I say, what Miss Nolan hasn't told you is that Canary Wharf is a weird, weird place. First time I've ever been there. I was born down the road from there in somewhere called Woolwich. But I've never been there until I had to come and meet you, Miss Lady, right? And it was built in 1992. So it was literally, it's a fabricated thing. Most of London's never been there. We don't know what we think of it. And when you go there, it freaks me out because you have things that are not natural. So in normal places, a road is a road, right? In Canary Wharf, you can have three roads in one, which is just odd because now they've designed it so much that they decide to do freaky stuff, right? I went down two tunnels, and I didn't even know I was in a tunnel. I didn't know what tunnel I was. I thought I was in the same place, same thing, right? And they sent me a 90, yeah, 90
Yeah,
pound.
I saw you're driving in around Canary
So
Wharf.
seriously, seriously, I've never been so baffled in a place in the city before as Canary Wharf. Nothing made sense. Yeah, but it's what it is. No, it's what it is. So our financial district, London is like a circle, right? So almost like we're on the backside. Canary Wharf's on the backside of where we know as the square mile. The square mile is where we do business. It's where big companies are. It's where no one lives. That's clearly where you want people live, right? It's at least I've been there now. I can say I know what it is. Yeah. So in terms of the hotels, no, you didn't slum it. You had good hotels in London, especially. Was it the same hotels, similar hotel in Scotland?
No, actually, the property that I was staying at was a European branded hotel first, and then Marriott bought that property. So every aesthetic about this hotel was very different than regular Marriott properties. And then so I actually stayed in that same hotel because I had to go to Glasgow 3 times. So each time I stayed there.
Mm.
Luckily, I had points, so I was able to get the stay there for free. And I don't know, yeah.
I thought they made the money out of you the tea that we drank. If you eat or drink in that place, you're paying good money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the hotel I was staying at is called Citizen M, if anybody wants to look that up. They are very tech forward, I think. So when I got there, it was like the TV remote, the light switching, and the curtains and all that stuff. They were all operated by a pad, like a iPad type of a thing. So you control what kind of lights you wanted, how dim you wanted them, when you wanted the curtains to go up, down, whatever, all through that pad. And also what channel you wanted to move from one place to the other or whatever have you.
Were you amazed by the TV and our lack of TV quality in this country? Were you amazed by how?
No, it was fine. It was fine. There was nothing good or bad. It was just normal TV. It was actually a homesick experience for me because in UAE, when I grew up, we had British television. So every time I was switched to a random TV show or a random channel in the UK, it was like, oh, wow, I'm back home right now.
That I feel sorry for you for. And I think we think in the US you have hundreds of thousands of TV channels.
We do. But it's a hotel. So obviously everything's going to be limited with what partnership the hotel has with the studios and things like that. So not all the thousands of channels would be in one hotel TV. Um, I was upset though that I could not connect my Amazon account but YouTube worked just fine.
Yeah, yeah. We have internet where you have Wi-Fi, right?
Yes,
So I want to see what Queen Elizabeth's property in Scotland is called. So now, did you do any of those palace tours when you were
I went to Buckingham Palace. Of course, outside I saw the guards or the knights
yeah,
doing
no,
their ceremony and all that stuff.
yeah, like, you mean the ones with the big hats?
Yes,
No, they have a name. There's a name for them. I'll find
there's
it
knights.
out. And people go to just to annoy them, and then they respond by beating people up.
Yeah.
Sometimes basically they make their horse trample on people deliberately, and some will just turn around and punch you right in the face. If because people they can pull their hats, just to really annoy them, and eventually, you will piss them off enough that they will respond. And people are like, I can't believe you did that. You're like, oh, well, yeah, that's why.
So I went. I decided to switch my screen off because Annie did the same thing.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it was almost as if I'm talking to a ghost, and I don't think I'm talking to a ghost. So there you
No,
go.
no, I'm still here. Queen Elizabeth's house in Scotland, in Edinburgh, there's different versions of it. I think there's a Queen Elizabeth house in Edinburgh, which is more like a tax office. So we hate that, obviously. There must be a castle. So our royals tend to live in castles. So I imagine there is a castle that Queen Elizabeth used to live in, or go stay in when she wasn't in London or Windsor or anything anywhere like that. Only because I see Yolanda said she wants to go and see. Do you want to come and see me in England? Really, Yolanda? You know, it's more painful than you think because you have to drive. Say I'm 5 hours away from London.
It's not painful at all, cousin Annie. It's not painful at all. My ride in London and England was just fine. It was fantastic. It was very calming. All of that good stuff.
True. Yeah, no. When you drive, life is easier in London. But it takes long to get anywhere. Everything
I
takes
was
a.
perfectly fine with the public transportation, the buses, the double decker buses, and the trains, underground trains. It was great.
Oh well, at least you're a fan. Okay, I'll give you that. You can have it. No, I'm not going to try and spoil you. LinkedIn on. So Yolanda says, I've always drunk milk with my tea. Yes, you can't drink tea without milk.
Okay, so my parents are very South Asian, so they drink their tea with milk, but they always mix it together before drinking it.
Yeah,
And I never understood that. And when I saw it happening in England with like regular Earl Grey or green tea with a side of milk that was given to me, I didn't know what to do with it. And I I feel bad that I had to waste milk. I mean, hopefully they recycled it or drank it themselves or whatever. But I didn't touch that milk. I just drank it like how it was.
that is so surreal. The first thing I asked for when they brought tea was, "Where's the milk?" Remember that? And yeah, you were drinking iced tea that you promptly spilled everywhere.
That was an accident. I spilled a very expensive iced tea all over the floor, and it went on my shoes. It was nasty, but it was all a mistake. It was all an accident.
It just missed my laptop. But still, it missed my laptop. That's an important thing. My laptop.
That's very important. That's a critical detail.
My baby still worked, right? Because
Yes.
if that had stopped working, I would have been destroyed. probably have had to leave London, that very night because my computer goes everywhere with me. Okay, food wise, what's your rating for London? And what's your rating for Scotland? Well, Scotland has to have a lower rating than London because of the package price.
So I tried my best. First of all, I mentioned I was sick, right? The second day I got to the UK, I got deathly ill. So I was drinking Lemsip basically twice a day. And so that limited my consumption of alcohol or whiskey.
Mm.
And so I didn't want to mix and match medicine and alcohol together.
Never,
So
never,
I regret,
never a good
huh?
idea. Never a good idea.
Never a good idea. So I did not drink alcohol in Scotland till after I stopped taking Lemsip for a couple of days. It's only because, but I didn't like the cocktails at least in Scotland as much as I liked them in London because the hotel I was staying at in London by Canary Wharf, it had mango flavored cocktails. So I was very happy about that and different flavorings and, like sweet cocktails. So I was very happy about that. And they had the best chicken tenders with peri peri dipping sauce. So I will tell you this that London and Scotland, they have good ethnic foods, I think.
They do. I'd say I just had a picture of you leaving here thinking that's
Yeah, the
chicken.
only the only type of food I did not like in London though was Thai food because I was expecting Thai food to be a little bit spicy. Even in London, no matter where you go, Thai
Mm,
food equals spicy, right?
mm.
So I got the same dish that I always get wherever I go, for Thai food at least. It was called basil chicken or pad krapao, and I asked them to make it spicy, and I got the most bland Thai food I've ever had in my entire life in London. But I did have some really good, Lebanese food and really good Indian food. I tried Indian food in the UK. It was pretty tasty, better than in the US at least.
Really?
And yeah, definitely more flavorful. And my stomach did not complain or get sick. So with Indian food or even Pakistani food here in the US, I always get really ill after eating it. And then in the UK, I didn't get sick.
Yeah, we'll take that. We'll take that. As I say.
Yes.
I'm trying to figure out what our British dish is. What I say like
I did not eat fish and chips, Uncle Jay. I tried to eat fish and chips once, but they were closed. I don't know why. So I decided to go get pizza in London after the British Museum, which, by the way, was crowded as hell. But either way, I went to get some pizza and I did not get pizza because it did not seem appetizing when I looked at other people's tables. And there was a specific thing on the menu called the American pizza, and that piqued my curiosity. And it's American pizza's ingredients were
pepperoni.
pepperoni and cheese and mushrooms.
Yes, that's it. Can you imagine?
And
No, not even that.
I mean, like I told you, like when I walked in the pizza joint, everyone had their own like orders of pizzas and all that stuff, and it just did not look good to me in any way. So I got their bread dough balls or something like that, and their shrimp, which they called Cajun shrimp. It was disgusting. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It was the most disgusting shrimp I've ever had. So
Yeah.
they called this dish Cajun shrimp, and I like Cajun, so I got all excited about it. So when I got the when I got the dish delivered to me, of course I tasted the sauce to get that Cajun flavors activated in my system, and I could tell you what it was mixed with. It was mixed with water, blended with some red peppers, those bell peppers or capsicums or whatever they're called,
Mm.
and a pinch of salt, barely, and then some vinegar. And I could just taste all of that stuff in my tongue, and I was like, "This is not Cajun." Is the definition of the word Cajun different for the English folks? compared to American folks.
Possibly, because a Cajun is essentially is a spice, right? You know, and
Yeah, it's from the Caribbean.
yeah, maybe. So, you know, so I'm having that in my house, and I've never used it. Like my would say, like, the kids like it, like chicken, like Cajun style chicken, and like
Yeah. And what Uncle Jay is saying isn't chicken tikka masala UK's national dish? Yes. Someone actually
it's not really. That's an Indian dish. That's not how you get. There's
chicken tikka masala is actually a Scottish dish, cousin Annie.
It's
And let
not
me tell you,
really. Oh, okay. This
yeah.
is okay. No, because they invented it, right? No, so okay,
Yeah.
I'll let you get away with
So no, no, no. During the separation back in 1947 between India and Pakistan, when they were but during the British Raj, right, where it was ending.
it.
So when a lot of the South Asian people made their immigrated or fled from the war and all that stuff, they settled in. Some of them settled in Scotland, and some of them settled in England. So in Scotland, there were some South Asian chefs who decided to open up restaurants and serve the authentic chicken tikka, which is like a barbecue. And the average white person in Scotland thought that it was too dry and way too spicy for their taste buds.
Mm.
So there was a chef named Chef Ali something Ali. His Ali is named twice in his name. So he actually invented something that would satisfy the palate of the average Scottish white person, and he introduced tomatoes and a cream and yogurt and all that stuff to make it creamier and more not dry, I guess, and less spicy,
I
and
get
then
that.
served it, and it was a huge hit.
Yes.
So it's a Scottish.
I'm glad, Nurse. I think now you find that a lot of takeaway, lots of the eat out food in the UK is deliberately blanded down. You know, literally, they taste it that way. It doesn't offend anyone. You know,
Yes.
so, you know, but that's how. So basically, to make food here, you go out and test your recipe, and then invariably you're gonna make more bland to cater for the
Yep.
masses.
But the thing is, we when we think about when we think about food from some countries, we automatically think about spice, right? We don't think about the actual flavors of that dish.
Mm.
So when I was in Scotland, I tried. There was an Indian restaurant that was diagonal from my hotel, and I decided to go there because I was in pain and it was right there. So I got their chicken tandoori platter, not chicken, but their meat platter,
Yeah.
and it wasn't spicy at all, but it had a lot of flavor in it. And their naan was the size of my body. So it was I'm 5'4", almost 5'5". Not their naan was that huge. I
Mm.
couldn't eat it, of course, but it was very flavorful. It had a lot of depth in their spices, but it wasn't spicy at all.
No, we don't taste spices. No, see, no, so I'm thinking, what is our Indian? No, everything you mentioned it's not UK food. It's Indian food. If you ask me,
They have inspiration from other countries. Let's just say that.
they do. But well, we have our own food. I mean, we have the full English breakfast, for example.
Yeah, but I'm not eating blood sausage and uh
You don't have to
like
have
pork
such.
things and all that stuff.
You don't need haggis. Like we don't have haggis in
No,
our.
haggis is Scottish. Haggis is
Yeah.
Scottish, so that's different. But what I'm saying about England, I
Mm.
don't want blood sausage and beans and baked beans and toast and all the nasty things that are put in the breakfast plate. No,
That's
thank you.
that's what Sunday roast. So our roast dinners are quite nice. That has meat and then roast potatoes, vegetables, gravy, and the Yorkshire pudding. Does that sound like you didn't come across that at all, no? Clearly, you didn't get to have a Sunday roast.
I mean, I did not get to have roast. I just know that I wanted to explore different types of food over there too, but local cuisine as well. And
Oh,
whatever
yeah. We can't talk about the Cornish pasty because that is it's quintessentially British, Cornish anyway.
that wasn't that bad. I actually the only cousin Annie, I told you, it's actually tasty, but it would be 1,000 times better with some spicy sauce in it or some kind of flavor sauce to dip it in.
I might take that. And I said, no, ask Cornish people. Like, people, everyone around the country doesn't really know what Cornish pasty is. They think they do because some of the bakery shops they sell Cornish pasties.
But
You
you
know,
know what I do miss about England though, or
go
even just in general? I miss two things. One is Costa coffee.
Costa Coffee.
Yes, I
Why?
love Costa coffee.
Why?
Mostly because I like what I like their offerings. So they had something called a Black Forest hot chocolate, and if you know me, cousin Annie, Black Forest is like my favorite thing in the whole wide world when it comes to sweet things. So I would in Scotland, I was in Costa Coffee. I just accidentally explored it, and then I was like, I cannot have enough of this place. So I would go there at least once a day, or maybe once every 2 days, and get a Black Forest hot chocolate, and then one of the pastry items. So the first time I tried was the lemon muffin, and it had lemon curd in it. Oof, it was amazing. And then after that, I would try the berry coffee cake. And it had berry curd or berry custard inside. Oof.
See, Miss Moon is enjoying. See those all those little things there. They cost money. They cost real money. By the
Yeah.
end of the day,
But there's also another coffee shop. If anybody else wants to go explore, there's a coffee shop called Black Sheep Coffee, and I love that place. You know why? Because not only is I'm the black sheep of my family, because I'm not like anybody, but then also their drinks are very funny named. So the one that I got was called the functional latte. Uh, and then and you could decide what kind of function you want in your drink, and those functions are like boosters, like gut
so
health.
you can have alcohol in it if you wanted to. If your function was a party, yes, no, or is it all non alcoholic?
It was all non-alcoholic.
Okay, that's good for it. I think it's alcohol for the party people. Yeah. And don't you have Costa Coffee in the US?
I looked at it. I looked for it actually to see if there's a Costa Coffee in the US, and I
Mm.
found that there's one in Atlanta. And I'm not in Atlanta. Atlanta is like a one full day's worth of flight over there or travel over there.
It's not worth
But
it.
yeah, which is unfortunate. But the other thing I missed about the UK is their Starbucks, because cousin Annie, they have two of my favorite things in the entire, so three of my favorite things ever that they discontinued here in the US. The first thing was the Cool Lime Refresher. That was my favorite drink of all time, and they discontinued in the US, but the UK still has it. And then the UK is obsessed with their toffees. So
Yes.
they
Sticky
yes,
toffee pudding, sticky toffee, everything. Yeah. The,
exactly. So when they discontinued toffee nut syrup in Starbucks in the US, I was so pissed. But then when I went to the UK, they had toffee everywhere.
mm,
And then I bought a toffee nut syrup bottle and I brought it for myself. And then the final thing was, this was the item that never really was in Starbucks here, but it was the Black Forest cake slices
yeah. They could-
in the UK.
cool.
And OMG, I wish the UK Starbucks was here.
Well, thankfully you can buy those things in the shops. If you wanted to when you're here. If you ever come to England, yes, and check out Noni's quirky food mix. Said no. Also, try the scones. You can argue with that. Is it scones? Is it scones? Try those. They are like it's. We like a clotted cream, and there's so much cultural rules here about scones.
And if anybody goes to England to visit Annie, please make him a biscuit, an American biscuit, because
Yes, a,
biscuits and
cook,
gravy,
a cookie. Don't bring a
cookie.
biscuit. I will not forget. A cookie is a cookie, right? It's a real biscuit. Let me show you
No,
this.
we need Annie to try the American biscuit.
Right. Look, this is a biscuit. That's a cookie.
No, what you're showing is a cookie in the
Yes,
U.S. Yeah,
yes. Thank goodness, right? Thank
yeah.
goodness. I'm glad we agree on that because I would argue all day about biscuits and cookies. I
Yeah.
love a cookie. I don't. I'm not really a biscuit fan. They're too small for my life at this stage, right? Anyway, looking at let. All right. So is UK pudding is not the same as American pudding? It's not, no, isn't it?
No, I don't think
You
so. No,
I'm gonna
because
argue about
pudding.
it.
Penny, we talked about this
Mm,
last time.
mm,
Because I think UK pudding is like Jello, like very jelly like, and then ours is like very creamy, milk based, eggs and milk based.
mm,
So I think that's what we talked about last time too. And jelly and Jello and gummy bears and things like that.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Gummy bears is pudding, is it? That's ridiculous. Anyway, I'll leave you with that, right? Now, Yolanda asked, "How long were you in London for? How long were you in the UK for? How long were you out to the US for?" That's more important question, right?
Okay. So I traveled to 3 countries in 33 days.
Wow.
So I
30.
was I was in I was in Scotland for about 10 days, England for about 10 days, and then Thailand for about 12 days.
Okay, so let's talk about Thailand. Was it what you expected?
Yes. Except I'm gonna share something that was really gross. Well, at least to me, it was gross. I don't know how other people will think about it. But so first of all, if you're ever trying to go to Thailand, especially Bangkok, it's a very populated city, and the traffic is insane. It's nuts. So
Mm,
there's people going in different directions, whether it's a car or a moped or whatever, or a tuk tuk, or which is
yeah.
simply a rickshaw. It's all over the place.
Mm,
Um, and then so I took a Grab, which is owned by Uber, and so basically you would take a car for like 45 minutes to go from one place to the other. It would cost like $5 to $6,
cool.
and that was so cheap, which is
Mm.
great. So one day I decided to be like, you know what, I want to try sitting in the back of a motorcycle, like a lot of other people do in Thailand.
Why, Miss Mooney? Why?
I
Listen,
no 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 no. Let me finish my story, cousin Annie. I didn't actually end up riding a motorcycle, and I'll tell you why. So I had just got done going to one of the famous malls over there, just to explore, right? And then I was outside waiting for. I was wondering if I should take a motorcycle or call a car to go back home or the hotel. And I got curious, like, oh, it would be really interesting to go yada yada yada, taking a motorcycle, whatever. And as I was about to call a motorcycle from the app, this woman, she was also a tourist. She was I don't want to go about her ethnic background, but she was also a tourist, and she had called a motorcycle. Fantastic. So maybe I can see what her style is, right?
yeah, her experience at least.
Yeah. So okay, I want to preface by saying that this woman had the shortest of the short skirts ever to exist in mankind
Ever
of
advice?
mankind.
Oh, that's not gonna work on the motorbike, is it? That's not gonna work unless well.
So but that's what I'm saying. Like she had the shortest of the short skirts to ever exist. And when the motorbike came in, and I'm so sorry if it's gonna sound gross, but it was just a turn off in every single way about motorcycles. So she got her motorcycle came to her, and because her skirt was so tiny that she was having a very difficult time getting on the motorcycle. And I hate to say that I saw all of her business, and I saw what was under that skirt, like in clothing wise. And I was so disgusted by that. I asked a friend of mine who's actually from Thailand. I asked her, "Do you think that these motorcycle taxis or whatever, they sanitize before and after, you know?" each person or something like that. And they
Oh,
said
of course.
no, they do not sanitize anything.
Don't.
And I like this is so disgusting to me. And just the idea of hopping on a motorcycle, which was a very exciting thing for me to think about, just completely disappeared after knowing that. And I'm thinking to myself, that's how germs spread, and that's how not great things happen to somebody.
Yeah,
And for me, it's like common sense that if you know that you're going to hop on a motorcycle, why would you wear something like that?
yeah, I agree. I said, but why not ride side saddle? It's not what you like call it on your
Yeah.
horses.
Like, what the hell were you thinking, right? So, I mean, I did see people like wearing skirts and everything and dresses, but they were fully covered,
Yeah.
in a way where it's a little bit more modest, I guess, or decent, and nobody saw your business,
Hmm.
and you were covered for till your legs or till your knees or whatever have you. So even if germs were there, they were on your dress, not on you. If you can wash the dress or the outfit that you're wearing, but it was the most disgusting thing I've ever seen, or in a while at least, not ever seen.
Yes, yes. Okay,
Yes. So my message is, if you're traveling to a country that has a lot of like a lot of Southeast Asian countries have that, a lot of South Asian countries have that, those motorcycles. So if you are planning on riding a freaking motorcycle, wear
dress
reasonable clothes to keep yourself safe and the person after you.
and keep your dignity as well, right?
Yes,
Because
exactly.
Africa has a lot of motorcycles. Now, the Caribbean has lots of.
Wherever they have, if you were not aware of that, but if when you go to a country, then you become aware of it.
Mm.
Be a little bit more self-aware.
Yes, I agree. I agree. I agree. Now, let's lady boys. Did you? Was there anyone you identified? Lady.
Yes, I saw quite a few lady boys,
Yeah.
and the thing is, lady boys were there. One of my favorite streets that I went to, it was called the Khao Street, and that street is basically targeted towards backpackers. So a lot of tourists, a lot of people from different countries living in hostels and whatever have you. So that street is targeted towards them. So lots of live entertainment, lots of bars, lots of street food, lots of
It's
performances.
like what we call the strip in
It
you
was a
in you.
strip. Yeah, the strip is the right word. So when I went there twice. The first time it was chill. It was on a Thursday. No, sorry, it was on a Tuesday, so it was chill. And then the second time I went there was the night before I had to fly back to the US, Thursday night. And that's when the party was really starting. So I saw a lot of lady boys and, a lot of uh a lot of sex workers, a lot of lady boys, a lot of people who didn't have the right thought process.
Yeah, well, that is thought process. I
No, I
think.
mean, what I'm saying is people who were looking for something.
Yes, yes,
That's
yes.
what I mean. Uh,
That's a way to put it.
yes,
They're looking
they were looking for something.
mm.
And it was a lot of fun. I saw a lot of lady boys there, and then I saw a lot of lady boys, basically on weekdays when weeknights, excuse me, when I would go to like these very popular malls for tourists and things like that. So Icon CM was one of the malls that is heavily targeted towards tourists. And the way we would go is, um, or at least where I was, we you could walk around for like 30 minutes to go to the mall, or we could hop on from one side of the river to the other via a boat or a ferry, excuse me, ferry. And that ferry ride, like a 10-minute ferry ride, cost me 6 baht, which in US dollars is 19 cents.
Cool. So here's about 10 pence, so about 12 pence in England.
Yes, so roughly give or take.
Mm.
And so it was a really cool ride and all that. So the moment we got off the boat is when I saw a lot of lady boys, and I actually saw the coach or the instructor was like, okay, when they come in, you go about and be all happy and excited. So there was basically live training in front of you.
Mm.
of how to get, you know.
Get the tourists in,
So
get
it was basically like one person pimping out like
that.
4 or 5 other people.
Nice. Nice. So when I paint a picture of Thailand, is it a place I want to go?
Now, it's a good cultural exploration. I mean, people go to Thailand for all different reasons. So one of the reasons would be to for sexualized versions of it, and then other people go for spiritual reasons, Buddhism and learning about spirituality, and then other people just go for food exploration. So, but I think the most common one, or the most popular one, is sexualization of people
Mm.
or fetishizing people, and I
Yeah, but
saw that
you can go
live
there
in
buy a
person.
bride, buy a bride, and then bring her home. Pretty much, that's what old men do here. Mail order brides will call them.
Yeah. And I actually learned something more interesting over there when I got there. So from my ride from the airport in Thailand to my hotel, um, I saw a lot of mosques. I didn't expect that. So I talked to the few locals over there and also read up about it, and I asked some of my friends. Turns out that I think about 4 to 7% of the Thai population is of Muslim faith,
Mm.
and um, and you saw them everywhere. And I read that a lot of them were from a lot of the Muslim population is of Malaysian descent from back in the day, and yeah, which was really interesting.
So it sounds like the cultural side and the different elements is like the pimps, the culture and the spiritual will coexist in one space.
Yeah, it was a spiritual experience for me for sure, because even if I found, well, first of all, I have a significant other, and then if I did not have a significant other, and if I was trying to look for a Thai man in Thailand,
Mm.
I would be completely turned off by what I saw, because
Tell us, like, what did you see?
I saw the fetishization of the Thai women over there, and it was quite ugly, and
What's
I
that?
wouldn't want that for anybody.
What does that mean?
So I don't know how to explain this, but their fetishization, as in thinking of East Asian women as sex objects,
Mm.
and basically forcing yourself on them and pushing too hard to get their attention. I mean, I don't know how to otherwise explain that, because I've only heard about it here in the US
Mm.
from some people, and then I actually saw it live in action in Thailand. So it actually happened in front of me at the hotel I was staying at. And then also it happened at the mall that I was going to the first night, and then so on and so forth. And then I saw the perfect reverse of that happen as well, where I was leaving a cafe called, and I feel weird saying this on LinkedIn, but there's a cafe called Cum Coffee. And I went there, and then as I was leaving, I was waiting for my car so I could go back to the hotel or wherever I was going. And then I saw a couple like leave right after me. So they were standing next to me. The woman was definitely Thai born bred. She was from there, local. And then the gentleman she was with was, I think he must have been Danish because he had that European accent. And uh, she asked him if he had a car, and he gave a very respectable answer, I thought. He said that he just got done with school, so he's working right now and he's saving up to get a car, which I thought was polite enough, respectable enough.
Mm.
And she, after listening to that, she said, "You don't have a car? Fuck you." And then called herself a motorcycle and just hopped out and left.
Yeah, bye. I know what's
Yeah, like
that.
go away. There's other foreigners I can get,
So
easily.
it's a business, actually. It is. I mean, there's lots of TV showing programs and advice to people not to fall for those tricks.
Yeah.
As I said, as much as we think you can go and buy a meal with a bride there, you can go and basically have your choice of women. It ends up being very expensive for those who do go there for that,
Yeah.
because this
And a lot of the times the quote unquote love is not very authentic. It's all very materialistic, very
business. It's a
transactional.
business. It's a business.
Yeah.
It's,
So I saw all that and I'm like, yeah, no, I'm okay.
mm,
I'm so glad I have a partner and who's here and not I don't have to become a passport ma'am or something like that.
yeah, for sure. What's the food like?
A food for someone who has a very sensitive stomach, I have to be very careful. So I got warnings that don't drink tap water. So as a tourist or as a foreigner, it was automatically like bottled water
Mm,
and food. I was warned also to be very careful of some street food because I might get sick as not only just a foreigner but also with someone who has a very sensitive stomach. But I was fine with all the street food. They sold crocodile and alligator meats as well for street food, but
yeah.
obviously I didn't go for that. And then I I went to different like not restaurants but more like small eateries and things like that. It was pretty good food. It was really spicy. Like they I went to a Thai boat noodle place and I went there with a friend of mine who was also Thai,
Mm,
and I said I want this bo- uh, boat noodle soup level 3 spice. Level 4 was the maximum. So I said I want level 3 spice. And the server asked my friend, "Is your foreign friend joking about level 3 spice? She will not be able to handle it." And I told her, I can't handle it. Give me level 3 spice, please.
mm.
I ate it all in front of her without any issues. So yeah,
But so you handled it pretty well, right? I imagine you didn't break it into a hot sweat.
yes, I was eating chilies in front of the server, so she would never ask me a question like that ever again. And she didn't, because I went there again and she saw me and she did not question my spiciness level.
That's why Nando's did that for you. Let's
Yes, Mando.
let's leave that. So what else did you eat in Thailand?
I had Indian food in Thailand. A lot of restaurants over there were Indian. And then I had Thai food. I tried KFC, Thai KFC, and then I also tried Thai McDonald's.
What's the differences between the Thai version and our
They
version?
have more flavor, cousin Annie. Every little thing that they have in those fast food joints, they had flavor.
Huh?
They had their authentic spice flavors. Cause and I found some items that were not available in the US at least. So um what KFC had their version of a zinger plus hot wings or whatever.
Mm,
And then their McDonald's was salty, like extra salty fries, and then they had chicken wings over there too, which the U.S. menu doesn't have. And it has Thai spices. It was very, very, very rich in flavor. And they had a spicy fried chicken menu item. So I got that with the combo. Now, I have a problem with the UK's McDonald's when I went there. They do not give you salt in your fries. They ask you, do you want salt in your fries or do you want salt free, which is, default?
yeah.
And I've never had anyone ask me a question before about fries. So I said no because I thought they would judge me if I asked for salt.
No, you have to ask.
And the fries in UK, by the way, I got the medium size stuff in UK.
Mm,
The medium fries were this tiny and the medium drink was this big. Now, if you look at medium size in the US, it's like a large anywhere else, And a large size in the US is like as large as my head, like even
Really?
bigger than my head.
No, it's like here, even though the fries are probably the cheapest thing, the worst thing you want to do in this country is order fries and drink, which makes it a meal. Because let's say the drink costs the next to nothing to make, the fries cost next to nothing. But it adds, doubles the price, pretty much. So we know not to ask for any of those things because it's ridiculous. Well, but you've tried everything. So what was your biggest lesson in time?
Biggest lesson in Thailand.
Yeah, not do again or avoid.
Um, I think biggest lesson in Thailand would be just learning how to navigate the directions, not directions, but more like just because your ride sharing is like $5 or $6 for like a 45-minute drive, you
Mm.
will get to your place much faster and much cheaper, even cheaper than the $5 via public transportation. And the thing is, uh, in Thailand, you have to have two different modes of payment for public transportation. One is the metro. One's called a rabbit card, which you can use at the BTS train systems, yeah, underground and all that. And one is called MRT, which you can pay through your Apple Pay or tap your card. That's how you can pay. Now in England, they are very discriminatory towards people who are millennials because they will not let you get a card to travel. You have to always tap in your credit card or debit card or whatever. I like Scotland's mode of transportation and payment methods much better.
Tapping in the UK is new. Before that, you had to buy tickets. You had to go and get physical paper tickets. It
Yeah.
was in most places you have to get a ticket. I think you can't tap. I don't know whether there's something upgraded the exit points and the entry points in our stations. I have no idea. I avoid public transport like it's a disease. It's a bad disease. It takes long for everything.
Yeah.
But
And one thing about Thailand, just because something is so cheap doesn't mean you have to get it.
no,
It does not mean that you have to get it
like
because you have to think about your freaking suitcase or all that. I went a little crazy in the UK because it
yeah,
was cold. It was so freezing cold. I underestimated the temperature, and so I was looking for like hoodies and all that stuff.
mm,
And the thing is, UK sizes are one size below your actual size in the US. So if you are a large in the US,
mm,
your large in the US is a medium over there. No, it would be considered extra large, I think. So
yeah,
you wear a large in the US, and then in England or the
yeah,
UK is extra large.
yeah. It's a bigger size. Yeah.
Yeah, so I tried to get a hoodie for myself in Scotland,
Mm.
and that was a disaster because I would ask for my size and then they would just and then a plus size woman would be looking at me head to toe, judging me for getting a size bigger for a hoodie. And that was a little strange for me, but okay, whatever, who cares? I got three hoodies, none of them fit me. So I gave one to my partner, one to my mom, and I'm thinking about selling the third one
Why did you buy them?
because I like the style and the colors. And I was trying to find a hoodie that would keep me warm compared to the ones that I brought with me.
Yeah, yeah. I suppose I think maybe we're doing more of the online stuff these days.
Yes.
We made shops don't have actually have products, items that you want to buy. So you meant to go in and look and then order online, which defeats the point. Then they complain that the high street's done, which it is. So it should. If you ask me.
Yeah.
That's UK.
And yeah. And In Thailand, did I buy any clothes? I didn't buy any clothes in Thailand because I think that would be a joke if I try to look for something.
Why
Uh,
not?
so uh, do you have any idea how tiny Thai people are?
No, clearly not.
They are very tiny.
Like, I mean, compared to me, so that's I'm pretty big. I'm big. I'm tall and big, right? I'm saying no.
Yeah.
So
So they don't have stores for you or I, cousin N.
really,
Yes. And then I did find some stores that would, cater to at least plus size women,
mm,
and they were called uh, the Piggy Store or the McFatty or Big Cow or something like that. That's what they're called, and I mean it's hilarious, but it's so like, okay, should I really go in there, and will they really have American plus size sizes? So yeah,
honestly, that's a. I feel like we can see that they're small.
yes.
This frame. But I don't
And
think.
when I say they're small, I felt like a giant compared to all of my friends who were over there. Uh, Granted that one of them is actually taller than me, and she's considered plus size, but in Thailand, but then in the US, she would be average, but she is considered massive in Thailand. So if she can't find clothes properly, then I definitely cannot find clothes properly.
Mm. Yeah, well, I suppose like my understanding is places like Thailand have a lot of fake brands. Call it what you like. They're copies. You're not gonna find originals of anything, any brand there. So maybe maybe you do that. Yeah. No, I'm not gonna miss anything by not shopping there at all. Yeah, so but now you're home, Miss Noni. You're home.
Yes, and I'm home, and my job search has resumed aggressively, um, because I need to start earning money ASAP,
Mm.
or else I will have to move into your house in England, Annie. And I don't think you can afford a fourth child. Excuse me.
But you're not a child, I said you can come here and work. Right? Yeah, it's an expensive life. Bless you.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying. Like I'll have to move into your house, cousin Annie, and I'll be like, you know what? You're responsible for me for till whenever I find a job in England, and then I'll move out of your hair.
Well, yeah, that's probably not saying the house is big enough. Yeah, I guess around here there's nothing to do. Nothing to do. There's an inn. It's a garden centre.
So you're the suburban area, right?
Suburban doesn't quite describe it. Countryside.
Okay. Yeah. Let me not move in with you then.
Real countryside. Where you are away from everything.
Yes.
But that's what I think. As you get older, you don't want the hustle and bustle of London or of town, cities and towns. You want somewhere quiet where everything. Say most fun thing in that day, if you look out the window, is something blowing down the road in the wind. But it was in London. There's people everywhere,
Yes,
constantly.
it's super crowded. London is very crowded. It's you can't move without smelling someone's body odor. That's what
Yeah,
I noticed.
honestly. That's again. You say that. So one of my pet hates is the smell of people. I'm not being offensive. I don't mean even offensive smell. I don't like people who smell of anything. And you can't, when you live in a crowded place, you can't help but, you know, humans have a smell. It
Yes.
sounds weird, but I know what I mean. So I like the neutral, totally neutral, because everything else affects my nose. I'm sure it affects people's nose too. But I'm saying, if I don't live near you, then we're fine. Life is good. Now, okay, let's end with now. What's your next adventure? What is the next adventure? What are you planning for?
The next adventure will happen when I start working, so I can save up to travel. So if I do get to that place where
Mm.
I'm able to travel again, I would want to travel India, and I would want to travel New Zealand, and I've already been to Australia, but then only one city. Yep. I would want to go to Sydney this time, or go somewhere in South America, like Peru or something like that. Peru or Costa Rica.
Have you been to the Caribbean countries?
No, if I do decide to go to a Caribbean country, I would want to start off with Trinidad and Tobago,
Mm.
where Roti lives.
Yeah, it's nice there, and I say, well, it sounds nice there. I think almost
Yes.
every other one, if you go there, they try and lock you up in their holiday camp.
Yeah.
That's what
So
the
we'll
whole.
see. We'll see. I mean, it all depends on how life goes.
Life will go
Maybe
for it.
this was the last travel for a while.
It won't be, I think you love traveling too much. I don't think you can help yourself. You
Absolutely.
love traveling around the world. You love seeing. Say, I like seeing places, but I only want to go away for 10 days and then back home in my bed. I don't want to be out that long. 3 days. My goodness, that's a long time.
Oh,
Well,
33 days,
well,
three countries.
well done you. Well done you. I'm jealous. Ish.
Don't be.
I'm glad you didn't
Because
add UK as one of your destinations next time around. There's
maybe
better.
I'll go back to London because I couldn't see a lot of the things that I wanted to see because I was sick and in pain. So maybe I'll do a re-travel of Scotland and England and
Mm,
Thailand again. Maybe go to Malaysia also.
And I was thinking, like, if you want to come to London or England, come in summer. Yeah, everything's open, everything's nice. Everything, even the people are nicer in summer because it starts
Of
cold.
course.
And
Of
that's
course.
yeah, I'm glad you've been. So it's a true joy to meet you in person.
Thank you, because I'm falling asleep, cousin Annie. I've been going nonstop today, so
That's right. We can go now. I can return to my boring tax affairs.
oh lovely.
Yes, yes. But now, thank you for your time. So I've been entertained. So I'm entertaining myself. Right? I'm sure
Yeah.
our friends here have been entertained as well. Yolanda, thank you for spending your time with us. Jay, thank you to many more people who joined us. I can't thank you enough. What else? My full Skype channels, Linda as well. To Tasty Roti, as we call her. To Linda. Thank you. I put in this movement on Tierra as well. As more people, I'm sure. But thank you, everyone. Today, I
Thank
can't end
you.
it. Only you can end it. So I'll say bye to everyone. Are you back and you'll sing your heart out soon, or is that dead now?
I actually forgot all about it. So I will do Sing Your Heart Out once every month versus every other Friday. So
Okay,
I'm thinking about doing them every last Friday of the month so we can close out the month, all happy and social and all that crap. And then,
that's,
yeah,
let's do it. So let us know when the next one's on. I'm
I
sure.
think probably tomorrow.
Okay, that is the last Friday of the month, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes, last Friday of the month.
Let's party.
Yeah.
What's the theme? Is there a theme, or are you
I
just?
don't know yet. I was thinking about just revisiting the old ones and then doing a collection of the things that were popular.
Hmm,
And I know which one was the most popular one. So yeah.
I'll find out tomorrow.
Okay.
Right? Enjoy your evening, my friend. Enjoy your evening.
You too, and everyone to have a great rest of your Thursday. Bye.
Bye, everyone.